Weezer had massive success with their debut, the Blue album, and Rivers hated it. So in response, he crafted an emotionally raw and honest album, touching on topics of handling fame and dealing with depression. This album was Pinkerton, released in 1996. Although everyone hated it due to it being so dissimilar to Blue, and many saw the lyrics as creepy and strange. It was deemed so bad the Rolling Stones gave it the title of one of the worst albums of the year. But now, many people like myself consider this to be one of the best albums of all time. Why? Hello everyone and welcome to the second Weezer review. We've already talked about Blue and now we are tackling their follow-up, Pinkerton. Despite being known as a bad album when it was released, now it's regarded to be better than Blue, and I'll share my judgment to that statement at the end of the video. But first, let's analyse this album track by track. This song is a perfect opener, as it's a great example of Pinkerton and shows the listener what the rest of the album is going to be like. Firstly, the drums kick in, creating the groundwork for the song when paired with the bass, which plays one of the best riffs from this album. The guitar set up a dramatic tone throughout the verses, and they build up this emotion in the chorus. This song follows the trend of Pinkerton, with the lyrics being deeply personal to Rivers. The title of this song makes the meaning obvious. Between Blue and Pinkerton, Rivers studied at Harvard University for 2 years, and he felt extremely lonely. All he craved was a healthy relationship, but the only way he was able to gain this attention was through multiple one-night stands. Ashamed of what I said shows Rivers' guilt as he used his fame to manipulate many girls into doing what he said. I know I'm a sinner, but I can't say no. Explains without these one-night stands, he'd quite frankly be alone. So these daily events are the only distraction from his loneliness. Why can't I be making love come true? Shows Rivers is sick to death with these one-night stands and that he wants nothing more than a real relationship with someone, and he's disgusted with himself. This is a great representation of this album as it shows just how honest Rivers is. Overall, Tired of Sex has a strong instrumentation with even stronger personal lyrics. This song deserves a 10 out of 10. This song is a slight break from Rivers' personal life as it's actually in the perspective of Jonas, a character introduced in the Blue album and was planned to be the protagonist in the scrapped Songs from the Black Hole rock opera. In fact, this whole song was originally planned to be on the album. I say it's a slight break because Jonas is believed to be a representation of Rivers. It simply tells the story of Jonas confessing his love to a girl, and it's done relatively well. The guitars slide up and down the fretboard to create a dramatic tone for the rest of the song when paired with the drums. Many people find Rivers' vocal delivery in the chorus to be annoying, but I think it gives the song the energy it needs to thrive. I've also seen many people deem it to be the best song from this album, and whilst I can certainly see that being the case, it's personally not as good as the others on this album, although it has some incredible energy and it doesn't fail to hit the mark, giving this song a strong 8 out of 10. This is one of the best starts to a Weezer song. The guitar feedback builds up to a scream from Rivers, with then a drum fill powering the song into the main riff. This strong instrumentation continues throughout the song. Also, the chorus has such great melody, making it one of the most melodic songs on this album. The song is about someone who has a drug-addicted, cheating girlfriend, and the narrator is convincing himself she has to be the one, as he indeed has no other one. Although, the second verse suggests that this girl is also afraid of being alone, which is why she hasn't fully left him. It's certainly an odd relationship story, but it's an extremely good song. This is one of the most underrated songs from this album, with great melodies and vocal delivery, earning this song a strong 9 out of 10. Writing this script generally feels like I have the exact same thoughts on every song, which just shows how strong this album is. Although, this is one of the strongest. The song starts with a drum roll which wastes no time into the verse, and before you realise, you're already at the chorus. The guitars are strummed with emotion, and the bass acts as a roller coaster, bouncing up and down the fretboard. This song is about Rivers developing feelings for a girl, but he doesn't want to pursue it any further as he thinks he'll be hurt like he has been in the past. It's practically just 2 minutes of Rivers complaining about how he won't find true love, but God is it done well. This is one of the best Weezer songs of all time, with great solos and drums. There is no doubt in my mind that this is a 10 out of 10. We have reached the controversial Across the Sea. Some fans adore this song, and others find it the most creepy and disgusting song they've ever heard. I'm pretty sure you know where my opinion lies, judging by what I've said about the other songs so far. This song is a masterpiece. It starts like no other song on this album with a beautiful piano before the guitars come in. This is also an incredibly melodic song, and while some lyrics are a little strange, it is extremely catchy and tells the meaning of this song well. This song shows just how lonely Rivers was while at Harvard, as a young girl from Japan sent him a fan letter, asking him a few questions about his life, and somehow Rivers fell in love with this girl, over a letter. He didn't know who she was, but as he was so lonely, he became so attached to this letter. Whilst it's certainly a weird story, we got an amazing song out of it. This is the standout on the album, with brave lyrics and great instrumentation. I believe this is yet another 10 out of 10. Hello everyone, just wanted to quickly interrupt this with yet another halfway message. I just want to say thank you so much for the support, as at the time of writing this script, I only posted the Blue album review a few days ago, and it's already at 237 views. Which doesn't sound like much, but that is a lot to me. Especially in only a few days, as it usually takes a week for my videos to surpass the 100 view mark. So yeah, I'm incredibly grateful, and we are also on the road to 500 subscribers. Currently, I'm at 362 while writing this script, and it's being written almost 2 weeks before this video is coming out, so hopefully I'll have a few more by then. I'm aiming for 500 by the end of 2026, as I want my community to grow, as every comment means the world to me. Anyway, enough yap, let's get back to the video. I've known this song for a few years now, but only in the last couple of months I've learned to love this song. I don't know why it took so long to grow on me, but I'm glad it did. This is probably the most blue sounding song on here, but it still has the elements of Pinkerton. The guitar riff is so iconic and catchy, with the chorus being such an amazing hook. The song talks about how Rivers had to go through leg surgery during Harvard, and he felt restricted in what he can do, stating he simply wants to go back to the good life, doing things such as partying and writing songs. This is one of my favourite songs to play on the guitar, as the chord progression is extremely satisfying, and the simple bend riff right after the chorus is the cherry on top. In my opinion, this is one of the best Weezer songs of all time, earning an unquestionable 10 out of 10. This is the most unique song on the album. It has such an interesting twangy guitar riff, and it's paired with an unusual vocal delivery from Rivers. It all comes together in the chorus though, as it's stupidly catchy and has such a distinct tone to it. The song is about having feelings for a girl, and feeling mixed to ask her out, wait for her to do so, or not to do anything whatsoever. One of my favourite parts of this song is the Green Day line. I asked you to go to the Green Day concert, you said you never heard of them. How cool is that? Obviously, I love this lyric as I'm a huge Green Day fan with the sheer amount of videos I've made about them on this channel, but also the lyric states how this girl isn't listening to what's popular at the time, to the point where she doesn't even know who Green Day is, which makes the lyric pretty cool in my eyes. The bridge is so intense and it adds to the energy of this song significantly, before leading into one of the worst solos I think I've ever heard, which makes the song even better, as this song doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's why I love it so much. I can see why people don't like this song, but I don't know if you can tell by now, I'm probably Pinkerton's biggest glazer. This song is stupidly catchy, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. 10 out of 10. Yes, the fan favourite Pink Triangle. It starts with one of the most melodic riffs in their discography, before leading into the first verse. The real highlight on this song are the lyrics, with it being some of the strongest lyrics on the album. The song simply tells the story of Rivers developing feelings for a girl, but it turns out she was lesbian. Or, at least, that's what Rivers assumed. She had a pink triangle badge on her bag, so Rivers assumed she was lesbian, but she wasn't and was just showing her support. So this song is very similar to Say Ain't So, as they are both written about a misunderstanding. Overall, it's a staple in Weezer's catalogue, showing Rivers' amazing songwriting with a meaning that is very Weezer. I sound like a broken record here, but this song also gets a 10 out of 10, as anything below just feels unjustified to me. Plus, it is my opinion, so I'm allowed to think this album is a masterpiece. I love transitions between songs and albums, and this flowed perfectly from Pink Triangle. The guitar riff that opens this song is so soft and melodic, then the distorted guitars come in and the energy is right where it needs to be. My favourite part is at the end of each chorus, as the melody is so addictive and catchy. The song is about Rivers, obviously, falling for a girl, but he points out he's scared of rejection, commitment, and his insecurities. One of the most interesting lyric on here is, "What could you possibly see in little old 3-chord me?" which suggests Rivers isn't proud of his songs, as he deems them as simple and easy to write. Yet, Blue and Pinkerton prove simplicity is key, and works extremely well. I sure hope they keep up with this simplicity in the future. Overall, this is another underrated track from the album, as it's a great deep dive on how Rivers views himself, and it's paired with great energy from the band, earning a strong 9 out of 10. We've reached the most depressing Weezer song of all time, and wow, it's a perfect closer for Pinkerton. The only instrument is a soft acoustic guitar, making it one of the very few Weezer songs with just an acoustic. Rivers' voice is incredibly soft and sincere on this, truly making it a beautiful song. It tells the story of selfish desire and fear of commitment, and it's in the point of view of Pinkerton, a character from the opera Madame Butterfly. I don't know why it's taken me so long to highlight this, but the album is named after B.F. Pinkerton, an American naval lieutenant who marries a young Japanese girl known as Butterfly. By my understanding, Pinkerton left Butterfly and never returned, which is why this song is full of apologies and regret. This is the perfect way to end Pinkerton, as it's so emotionally raw and touching, ending this album on a 10 out of 10. I think it's pretty obvious what I think of this album, but first, this is my ranking of each song worst to best, even though every song is so good. 10, Getchoo, 8 out of 10. 9, Falling For You, 9 out of 10. 8, No Other One, 9 out of 10. 7, Across the Sea, 10 out of 10. 6, Pink Triangle, 10 out of 10. 5, Butterfly, 10 out of 10. 4, Tired of Sex, 10 out of 10. 3, Why Bother, 10 out of 10. 2, El Scorcho, 10 out of 10. 1, The Good Life, 10 out of 10. Wow, that is a lot of 10 out of 10s, and it's well deserved. Pinkerton is such an intimate, raw, passionate album, which I regard as a masterpiece. I can certainly understand why it was so disliked in the 90s, but it just shows Weezer were ahead of their time, creating such emotional songs in a time people weren't comfortable talking about feelings. The average rating for each song is a solid 9.6 out of 10, but I think it's obvious we give the album that extra 0.4, meaning Weezer's Pinkerton sits at a 10 out of 10. I also gave Blue a 10 out of 10 in my last Weezer video, but I can confirm that Pinkerton is just so much better, in my opinion. Blue played it safe and it worked well, but Pinkerton pushed that safety off a cliff, and it was done exceptionally well. Although, I'm unsure whether this is my favourite Weezer album, as there are 2 more albums I love just as much, and one of them isn't what you'd expect. Stay tuned for when I talk about them albums in the future. Yet another video done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun reviewing this video. I also can't wait to edit it as well. I've got a few ideas of what to do. Hopefully I edited it well. Obviously, I love this album. I hope my enthusiasm came across well. I've got so many more Weezer albums to talk about, and I just can't wait to see if I actually complete this series, which I really hope I do. Obviously, I'm not going to do a Weezer video every single week. I do them mostly every other week. So my channel isn't just Weezer content throughout several months. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you are a legend. Please comment down your opinions. I'd love to hear it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.